Miele Dishwasher Repair Service in Manhattan, New York City. This Miele dishwasher, after it did its 30-second drain in the beginning of its cycle, it asks for water from the water valve, which is called a waterproof system. Miele calls their water valves waterproof system or water intake system, and it's just responsible for bringing in the water. So after the 30-second drain, what it's going to do is going to do a component test. And one of the testing is the water valve component. The Miele waterproof system is generally located underneath the sink. And generally, it'll look just like the one in this video, which is a gray box for most Miele dishwashers, unless it's like the newer version. And if it's the newer version, the box would be actually located underneath, inside the Miele dishwasher. But anyway, most Miele dishwashers have this type of waterproof system, and it's the gray box. Within that gray box, that's where the water valve solenoids are encased in the box. So generally, when this fails, after it asks for 30-second drain, you'll just hold the gray box with your hands. Once it asks for water, this box will generally have a slight humming. After the humming, if water doesn't come into the unit, then the Miele dishwasher is going to display an error code or a noise. But if this box starts humming as it asks for water, make sure the building's water supply or the customer's water supply is turned on and they don't have any plumbing issues, because it'll also hum if there's actually no water supply. But most of the time there is a water supply, and this Miele waterproof system valve failed after wear and tear. Furthermore, on the new Miele dishwashers, the waterproof system, even though it's located underneath the Miele dishwasher, it looks nothing like this waterproof system. This here is called the non-return valve on the Miele dishwasher. What it's responsible for doing is keeping the water out of the Miele dishwasher after it is drained. That's the only function this operates for, keeping the water out the unit. But this piece here, the non-return valve, can leak back in water after wear and tear on the actual seals that it has. This one is in terrible condition, as you can see. Anytime there is a drain issue on a Miele dishwasher, this is one of the first components you want to check. The non-return valve comes off easily. It should never come off in two pieces. It should come off as one piece. If it comes off in two, we recommend you changing it because it's failing. Also, if you're getting any kind of water buildup on the bottom, like a pool of water, sometimes there's something stuck in the non-return valve. What sits next to the non-return valve is called a cover. That cover also holds the bottom spray arm, but this cover has seals in it that can also leak back water. If this happens, we recommend you changing that cover too, along with the non-return valve. In this photo here, you'll see like a seal. That seal is worn out. It should never be worn out, or else that's going to leak back water into the unit, just like the non-return valve. It keeps water out, but this one functions for the spray arm. Sometimes when the Miele dishwasher non-return valve is broken into half, sometimes the seals are still good and water won't leak back into the unit, creating that big pool on the bottom. But we still suggest you change it anyway, because if the customer goes to remove it to do some maintenance and they don't put it back properly, it's also going to leak and create frustration and problems for them. Why is it important to change this non-return valve on this Miele dishwasher if it starts creating a pool of water on the bottom? Because the Miele dishwasher will randomly shut off if it senses that it has too much water as it's cycling, and it's going to flash intake drain as an error code. And that just means something is wrong with it. It doesn't specifically mean one thing or the other. It just means something is wrong. And it'll keep doing that over and over, just if it slightly overfills. It's detecting too much pressure in the system. So as a safety mechanism, it doesn't want to create a flood. So that's why it's designed to actually turn off as an error.